technology screens. As I said before, that again, with these fake demonstrations, over and over again, fake demonstrations, I explained to you that we make a screen paint called My Mix. And My Mix actually was able to blend into CROW's Personal Mix and Metallica Mix 2.0 easily. And it's a black and white screen paint. Now, this particular mixture that we made, My Mix, does not have the ability to be able to produce contrast or proper color. And one of the tricks that people who make these particular mixtures will do, well, only one person does that, is the fact that they can't show contrast levels. Anytime they do a demonstration, and I've said this many times before, anytime they do a demonstration involving any form of well-lit ambient light environment, they will stay far away from contrast levels and they will stick to brighter colors because those particular colors will actually show up better in a fully lit environment. I said this many times before, and I'll show you again. Now, the demonstration, and I keep explaining to this fellow, anytime you display a screen, you have to show off white levels, contrast levels, and color. Those are three things that must be displayed on a screen when you're displaying these particular images. You can't just pick one particular part of a video that's going to look good on your screen and display that. It doesn't work that way. So let me show you. And mind you, when you do display this outside, I'm expecting to see contrast levels, as in the star field demonstration, as in any of the OLED demonstrations that have black backing, to see, as you're telling people, your gray screens can produce contrast levels equal to black technology or darker technology. So I'll show you the video. And then tomorrow, we will take my mix next to the Metallica mix and show you the exact same demonstration that it's going to do the same thing. It's going to produce color, but it's not going to produce the contrast levels, which are going to be missing from the projector. All right, so here's the video. And this is what I'm talking about, misleading videos, doing video demonstrations that are misleading the customers. I don't care if you show the outside, doesn't mean nothing. Your screen's going to have to pull up. And the demonstration that you're displaying, it's going to have to pull up. And you're going to have to show contrast levels. You can't just stick to colors. It doesn't work that way. Now, you're showing the wall where your screen's going to be at. It's going to have to be able to produce that. Now, see the screen he's displaying here? Not one contrast level. They will stick to colors because that's the only way the screen's going to pull up. And I can do the exact same video tomorrow with my mix, which is my black and white paint. I can do the exact same demonstration. You won't see any star fields. Nothing will pop up on that screen. I think your living room is literally, no, my master bedroom is actually bigger than your living room. You can snap your fingers in real time all you want. You have to understand, you're not showing a contrast level. Nothing but bright colors. I haven't seen one star field, nothing, hit that screen. No contrast levels whatsoever. Where are the contrast levels in the video? I could do the same thing on my black and white paint mix, easily. Where's the contrast levels? Always cutting corners. Always cutting corners. So you figure if you pull your curtains up and you're displaying, you're basically pulling off an image. I could do that with your black and white mixture easily. You're not showing one contrast level at all. No star field, nothing. If anyone buys that product, there is no way in the world they could pull up a contrast level on that screen. It's not going to come up. Black levels don't show up on gray screens. So since you don't understand what I mean when I tell you that you have to display a contrast level on your screen, tomorrow I'm going to do a contrast demonstration only and tell you to do the same video. Cutting corners. Now, one contrast was done in that demonstration, not one. No black levels, no star fields, no OLED demonstrations, no form of contrast whatsoever. So how do you know how the contrast is going to produce on his screen if you've never seen it to begin with? Any bright screen, whether it be color, like gray or baby white screens, can pull up a decent colors in fully lit environments. The big problem you're going to have is your contrast levels are not going to show up. And keep in mind, his colors aren't correct. His colors are actually way off. They're supposed to be deeper and richer than that. Now, tomorrow we will take my mix and his product and we will duplicate the exact same video in a fully lit environment, and it's going to do the exact same thing. The problem is that when we tried to pull a contrast level, like something like Batman, maybe something like Tron, something that involves really heavy dark contrast levels, you'll watch the screen actually fade. Both mixes are going to fade. But as you've seen in the demonstration, I've said this many times, anytime somebody displays a light gray screen and they're trying to display it in a fully lit environment, they will stick to very high bright colors because these are colors that will fade less. They will never ever show you contrast demonstrations at all, period. Because the screens can't maintain it at all, period, at all. But boy, your demonstration is a complete fail again. You have cut corners like crazy. I guarantee you that, like I said, you need to do that video again, and you need to produce a contrast level. On top of that, as I said before, your product is nothing more than black and white paint, and that's what it is, because we have your mix over here, and it's called My Mix, and it matched your product perfectly with no problem whatsoever. This is how you're supposed to display your demonstrations. You're supposed to show contrast levels, everything. Not just sticking strictly to bright colors, knowing that your product is going to do better in those elements. Now, my screen is a dark screen. And with my screen being a darker screen, the first thing I'm going to display on my dark screens are bright white levels. Where if his screen's a gray screen, he's supposed to be displaying contrast levels. This is the display on a Black Inferno, which is a dark screen. And this is the first thing we display on the screen when we put them up. We show our white levels first on the technology, because the screen, being a darker screen, it's supposed to be able to, most people would stick to contrast levels. We display our white levels. Anytime you have a dark screen, dark screens are always supposed to display their white levels, always. As in, if you have a gray screen or a light gray screen, they're supposed to display their contrast levels. You have yet to show contrast levels on that gray mix. But like I said, we have it over here. We automatically know from the door that it cannot do a contrast level. Doesn't have the capability. Do the same demonstration tomorrow and display a contrast level. Display a star field. Because your product can't produce contrast levels. I can't wait to see tomorrow you display your contrast levels on your mix. Because like I said, if my mix can't do it, your mix can't do it. And we have a great mix. Now tomorrow we will take my product and your product and we'll take them to my kitchen, which is actually the brightest area in the house, or we can take it over by the front door and we can do the demonstration from there and we can display to see if my mix and your mix can pull a contrast level. And that's our dark technology pulling white levels that high. Contrast levels displayed outside. So since you want to challenge and you're lying to people about your product being able to pull Starfield, tomorrow morning we'll do a demonstration with my mix, which is my black and white mix, versus your mix, and then we'll put it against a black Inferno outside to pull Starfield demonstration only. And see, because like I said, in your demonstrations, you don't show contrast levels. You stay far away from them. And I said this many times in my demonstrations. I said that anytime they do a light gray screen or white screen, they will stick to colors only. They will not show you contrast. You're supposed to be to see contrast. What is the point of you going out and getting a projector with a 22,000 to 1 contrast ratio if your screen can't pick it up? There's no point. So this is why the demonstration you did is a fake and it's pointless, because you didn't show everything that a customer needs to see. When we do black screens, we have to show white levels, we have to show contrast, and we have to show color. When you do demonstrations, you show nothing but color. That's all you do. As a matter of fact, we don't even have to go there. We can go right here. You see this displayed on my website right here? That is my 180 inch in my backyard. That's the biggest screen that right now we have in the house. Actually, matter of fact, we got a 250 coming in. I can display Star Wars off that screen at 657. You couldn't produce a contrast level if your life depended on it. Your screen won't pick it up. That's displayed on our website. See how I display colors? I display everything on the screen for everybody to see. You don't do that in your demonstrations. My projector sits back 21 feet. Now, this is what you need to display. You need to display your contrast levels, something that you keep avoiding in your demonstrations. You do fake demonstrations. And again, at the end of the day, you have not proven to your customers if your product is basic black and white paint, because that's what it is. It's a black and white paint mixture because we have it over here and it matches your product perfectly. Have you displayed any demonstrations debunking the theory that your product is not black and white paint? Which is kind of hard to do because there's a video of you that you deleted showing you making a black and white mixture named Metallica Mix 2.0, which we have here and we're able to match with black and white paint. So unless you can match demonstrations like this, these are my demonstrations compared to your demonstrations. Big difference. This is why we land contracts, because we can display screens at 180 inches outside and we can show off dogfight scenes with Star Wars. Screen doesn't wash up, doesn't fade, there's no tannage to the screen. It's beautiful, as it's supposed to be. Gray screens can't pick those up, can't pick contrast levels up. That's why I'm gonna tell you right now, anytime you see him do a demonstration, he will always display color only, bright colors only. Your screen won't pick any of that up. None of that contrast won't pick it up. You can go to our website and check that video out for yourself. So I can stand on an angle and still pick the screen up. My mix can do the same thing your screen paint can do. I can basically display the same colors that you're displaying off your screen with no problem. Easily. My black and white mix, easily. But I can't pick that up. I guarantee you. I'll show you another one. We'll do 140-inch screen, because someone's asked me if you could run an ultra short though off a black screen outside. Yeah, we did it already. We'll go over to over here and we'll do let's see, we did 140-inch on an Optima GT 5500, 140-inch on an Optima GT 55. Let's see, GT 55. Demonstrations are still fake, man. You're pulling off these fake demonstrations. You're not doing it right. You're still failing miserably. Look at this. The demonstrations I do, any demonstration I pull up, we display things on a level you can't even think of. Look at this, outside, ultra short though, Optima GT 5500. Look what time of the day it is. That projector right there is only designed to do 100 inches. We got it at 140 outside on a black screen. anytime we display a screen, we have to display the white levels, bright levels, and also show you that the screen is going to be able to pick up contrast. That's how your screen is supposed to look. It doesn't make a difference if you use a 720p projector. What makes a difference is you're claiming that your gray screens can pick up a contrast level equal to a black screen. That's what you're making statements about, that you're doing the same thing that we're doing. No, gray screens can't pick up contrast levels. Now, when you do that demonstration again, because it's a complete fail, do it again. Show off the screen's contrast levels. Because anytime we display a black screen, first thing we got to do is we got to show off white levels. Off to my GT 5500. Let's see. As a matter of fact, hold on. I'll show you what ambient light projection technology is supposed to look like. Let's go to, let's see, which one do we have was actually designed in the other house? Oh, just go through our library. We got enough in there. Let's go back and go to our library. Every video we do pretty much has lights on, so that's not even hard to look for, because every video literally we do has lights on. Here it is. This is your mix. Now, mind you, people, this is the gray and black screen paint we made. We made it here, here, and here. We made a gray and black mixture, and we were able to match this product. This is my product, my mix, laying next to your, and mind you, when I made my mix, it's just black and white paint. That's all it is. This is my screen right here. That's yours in the middle. I don't know how in the world you're on YouTube trying to sell a product that's black and white paint. I can run the same demonstration tomorrow. My product, my black and white paint matches your product perfectly. You're still scamming customers. That's a black and white paint mixture right there. That's my screen. It's the reds are matching perfectly. I'll put the links at the bottom, including the links of CROW making the same paint right here, the same one we have here, using black and white paint. And at the title of the video, it's going to say Metallica Mix 2.0. And that's the same thing that we have here, which is a Metallica Mix 2.0. Watch when we change the colors. It changes to the exact same color as our screen. Same thing, black and white paint. And that same mixture right there you're seeing, we took my mix and his mix and put it against a black Nova, and a black Nova blew it out of the water. It couldn't produce the contrast levels as a black Nova, not mine or his, and it couldn't produce the color correctly as a black Nova. We did it on two projectors. We had a projector on the screen here and a projector on the screen here. See, that's how the contrast levels come up. People say, oh no, Ken. Now the reason why I'm up early in the morning is because I pretty much had a nice nap today. So I'm wide awake and I got a few projects I'm working on for tonight, but I can't show you those projects. But I will show you this. So you can see that you're being scammed. That he still hasn't done any demonstrations showing you the difference between his product and gray primer. Really gotta stop stealing from people. Now I'm gonna go downstairs to the basement and get my mix and my other gray mixes that I designed and show you they're exactly the same.
Thin layer of charcoal is
Hello.
formed on the inside, which will add flavour and colour to the whiskey as it slowly matures.
I don't know how in the world you come on your channel scamming people. You haven't mentioned, I guarantee you, you ignored the whole entire thing of your product matching a black and white paint. And then you go on your channel, you deleted his eBay account. Deleted the eBay account when he got outed. And then came back in and charged you $85, $10 more for his product. Now I won't buy it, and don't worry, we have no interest in buying your product when we can make it, because it's just black and white paint. That's all it is. We haven't done any demonstrations showing anything different than what we displayed in the video. As far as I'm concerned, you're a scammer, buddy boy. You cheated a lot of people out of money on a product that we were able to make over here. We get a fire stick. He's hoping, see, in Crow's mind, Crow is hoping that you forget. He's hoping that you forget about what he's doing. And in the back of his mind, he comes up with these schemish ideas that he figures that everybody's going to believe me no matter what. The only problem is, some of us have common sense. We were born a little smarter. You, on the other hand, it's like you weren't born with any common sense whatsoever. Let's go get the screens. So we're going to get my mix first. Right here. This is my screen paint that I made using black and white paint. That's a shame. And that's why I told you that they will stick to certain colors. I've been saying that over and over again. They stick to certain colors because they know that those certain colors would do better in fully lit environments. Make sure we got our power up. There we go. Now, let's go get the remote control, fire stick, everything set up. I'll put you up close so you can have a front row seat. That is my mix. That cost me $15 a gallon to make. That's why there's no test behind his products, nothing at all whatsoever. And that's why the corners that he likes to cut to try to make his screen seem like it's doing something when it's not. That's why you will never see contrast levels at all, period, on this projector, because I'm on the screen, because the screen can't pick it up. Now, we tested against certified screens, and those gray screens don't even pick up. So how in the world is a black and white paint going to pick up? Here's my product right there. That is my mix that I made using black and white paint. Made it right in my kitchen. Showed everybody. We didn't even measure it. We just threw some paint in there. Didn't measure it. There were no teaspoons or that. We just threw it together and we were done. That was it. This screen paint does not have the capability of pulling a contrast level. It is virtually impossible. The reason why it was made to show you that no matter what great mixture you make, it will never have the ability to pull contrast level. And I can duplicate the exact same demonstration. As a matter of fact, tomorrow morning, in this room right here where we have the most light, I'm going to open up the door, let the light come on in, put the projector over here, and show you the exact same demonstration. And then we're going to pull a star field on it and show you exactly what happens. So like I said, you haven't done any demonstrations showing your customers that your product isn't what it's supposed to be. It's not a black and white mixture. Now let's go grab your screen. And you're just hoping people forget. Oh, I forgot. We're in a different section. All right. This is your product here. There you go. There's your container. I also too have the unbagging or unboxing, you want to call it, where we purchased the product when it got here. I can show you that this is the same container. We also have the video he deleted off his channel, claiming that his product was, I don't know, he deleted the video because it's the same product we made. Here's his product in here painted. We had enough for a sample sheet. Gotta stop stealing from people, man. See how your screen blended in there? Watch this. My product was made with black and white paint. I can pull the same bright colors you can. There's no point in me buying your product because I can make every last one of them exactly the same. I have another mix over there called, I have a light mix and I have a mid-light mix. Pulls the same contrast level. Pulls the exact same color as your screen. For some reason, you think that people forget this. No, they don't forget this. This is posted on our website. This is posted everywhere. Your customers, well, your customers got robbed because you robbed the daylights out of them. That is my product right there. Black and white paint, that's all it is. There's no point in you doing any demonstrations about how well your screens produce color or how well you do it in a fully lit environment. At the end of the day, your product is black and white paint. I made it. You want to see something interesting? I'll show you something. This is one of the screen paints I made on camera. I call this My Mix Light. It is a lighter version of the product. This is basically less black paint, more white paint. Let's show you how this one comes up. Put that up there right there, like so. Now this one has less black paint, more white. I told you that's how they mix their colors. They used either black or gray as a form of contrast control. Now usually they're doing black and white paint. They'll mix more white paint in. They want the screen to be darker with a better contrast. They'll put more black paint into it. If they want the screen to be whiter or lighter, more brighter colors, they put less in it. None of these screens I'm showing you cannot pull contrast. And because they can't pull contrast, their colors wash out tremendously fast. They look good because they're on a standalone, which means there's nothing behind it to challenge the screen. It stands by itself. That's why you see the UV mix. The UV mix stands by itself. If the UV mix was standing behind a white screen displaying white levels, as we do in our technology, you would see the UV mix come up too dark. And mind you, the Black Inferno, we had test demonstrations live on that, of that screen going black versus black, showing white levels. We did the same thing, well, we didn't do the same thing with the Black Nova. We were requested to do the same thing with the Black Nova, and we did. We turned the black screen around, showing black screen, our screen pulled the higher white level. So why is it when it comes to his products, he can't show? I can produce your colors all day long. That's why I don't find anything impressive about the demonstration you did. That's your mix on your can right there that's blended into my screen. See? Y'all got robbed. You got robbed. So all your people on your channel that's sitting there rooting and raving over your video, you got robbed. And if you need even more evidence, I'll show you the video he deleted, showing you him making black and white paint. How close do the colors come together? Let me show you. Let's take CROW's personal mix and let's put it side by side to its Metallica mix and our screen paint at the same time, my mix, and see what happens. Your videos, at the end of the day, I couldn't care how much light you have in the environment. You don't show contrast levels, that shows your videos are fake. Your product matches a black and white paint that we made on our end, called My Mix. Shows that you're scamming your customers. At the end of the day, they can make this stuff themselves. And if you sit there and say, well, my stuff is different. Well, if it's different, show us test. Show us any test demonstration showing your product different from gray primer. Because I have demonstrations on my ultralight gray screen paint, my 3.0 screen paint, testing against primer and other gray certified screens. And you see the difference in that technology. Even beat your screen in contrast levels, which I had downstairs. I'm happy to pull it up tomorrow and show you the difference between a throwback and your product. And I'll guarantee I'll blow it out of the water with contrast levels, and I'll display a star field demonstration in a fully lit environment with no problem. Something you don't do. Gotta stop comparing your stuff to me, man. You really do. Your demonstrations don't match mine on any level whatsoever. I can mimic your product all day. Only difference is when it comes to my products, you can't make them because you can't pass any of the demonstrations that they lead under. None of them, because your screens can't pull up. Black Nova can go outside, produce a star field demonstration. You can watch contrast levels pop off the screen. You can't do that. Your screens don't show up outside. Any gray screen, people, any gray screen paint mix can't pull contrast level. Here, I'll show you something even more impressive. The color red, screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now when you watch him display colors off his screen, this is how it really looks. That's not red. You're colorblind, Crow. That's red. You don't know what the color red even looks like. That's how red comes up on your screen. This is how red comes up on our screen. And I'm using a 4300 lumen crystal projector. And I still can't produce red on your screen properly. That's why the colors that you were seeing in the demonstration he was displaying, they were washed out. They're all washed out. That's a difference. You can't pull up red correctly. It doesn't come up correctly for you. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See? Your colors don't come up right. We've done this before. We've done this on 2 different projectors. We had a projector here. As a matter of fact, the screen over here had the 4300 lumen Christie projector, and the projector we had on the floor had the 720p. And the 720p projector was producing better color than the 4300 lumen Christie projector, because it was being shown on a screen that didn't have the ability to produce contrast. This is the reason why he will never show you a contrast level, because he cannot pick up contrast. And if you can't pick up contrast, then it means your colors are going to wash out. Starfield demonstration. Screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Doesn't pick up, man. See how Starfield looks here? Looks how it looks here. I don't know what in the world he's trying to say by telling you, oh, my product picks up a contrast level. Dude, you lie so much it's not even funny. You lie so much you believe your own lies. There is no way in the world on God's green planet that any gray screen is going to have ability for you to pick up a contrast level equal to a black screen. Not going to happen. You can't even pick color up correctly. And yet I can match your product on black and white paint. Let's go over to see how well the white levels come up. I will match your white levels perfectly. Now you want to see something interesting? Watch this. This is my ultralight gray screen. That's my light gray screen paint mix. Let's put that next to the screens up here. And let's see what comes up. Now you see this is my I call my mix light. See how much better the colors come up, the white levels come up than my mix and CROW's personal mix at the same time. Things you need to be doing in your demonstration that you don't do. That you avoid at all costs in your demonstrations. Number one, you need to do a demonstration showing the difference between your product and black and white paint, which means you need to go back and get that video. If you want, I can give you the ingredients of that paint you mix in there. 2 tablespoons of black paint and the white paint. You need to mix that, and you need to do the demonstration against the product that you're selling to your customers right now. That's the first thing you need to do. The second thing you need to do is you need to show off your white levels on your UV mix. White screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now mind you, this is my mix light. I'll show you my white levels on my mix light compared to your UV mix. You see how high my white levels are in my mixed light? Very bright. This right here is your UV mix that you make, but you haven't done one demonstration showing off your white levels. What you do is you put the screen up and you put it on a standalone. Now, standalone's bottom line is they put the screen up by itself. There's nothing laying against it. All right, so right here we have your Metallica, your UV mix right here, painted onto this right here, this sample right here. This is your UV mix here on the white levels next to my light mix. That's how dark it comes up. Now, this right here is everyday primer that I picked up at Home Depot. What's the deal? Primer can't reflect any form of white levels. It's not going to happen. So technically, for those of you who like those really super bright white levels, my mixed light is actually brighter than all your screens together. And that's just a black and white paint mixture. That's it. Yeah, when I read the comment section, I laugh at y'all. I do, I laugh. Because I know what you just paid for. No matter how many times you send me emails about his product being the best, I laugh at you. He got you for $107 because your product is black and white paint. That's all it is. That's why there's no test behind it at all. There is no test behind it at all because this stuff can't pass any tests. You brought black and white paint. I can make this tomorrow. That's easy to make. All I got to do is go pick up a can of primer. That's it. And I'm done. This right here matches a 2-year-old stick that I have downstairs at Bullseye Primer. That's all that is. Done that demonstration too many times to count. Let's go to my kitchen so I can show you my mixtures. Now sit there and warn you guys, you get taken every single time. Not my customers. My customers are good. They get a product that actually works. See, I can come on here and I can turn all my lights on and I can show you a star field on every last one of these screens, even outside. I can show you contrast levels, white levels, whatever you want. Easy. You can't do that. He has to stick to one color only. Let's go switch over to something like, let's see. I'll show you my mixes. Oh, wait. Hold on. Here we go. So you pay $107. I pay roughly 15 bucks a gallon. Because again, if someone's going to tell me that my product, as he claims my products are so dark you can't see them, I can come out here and show you demonstrations of outside, inside, whatever you want, ultra short throw, long throw, 1,000 lumens, whatever you want. I can show you those demonstrations out with the screen not turning dark. But in his demonstrations, he can't back up whether his product is black and white paint. See, the problem you have here is that my product can produce images on a dark surface. And his product can produce images too. Unfortunately, the black and white paint mixture that I have standing behind the screen can do it also. And it can produce this beautiful colors and all that good stuff. Hey, check it, let's turn the lights up. Since we're up late, we can turn the lights out. I'll show you what the screen looks like. I'm gonna drop all the lights in the house. Watch, we're gonna do the same thing. Because some people may say, well, his product basically does better with the lights out, right? All right, so let me see. Let me get us up with remote control so we can take out some of these lights. I'm sure I got that remote control here somewhere. Oh, it's down here somewhere. I can find it here. Here we go. Let's take out kitchens. Let's see. Now we're in a completely dark environment. That right there is his container paint. So for those of you saying, well, maybe the product you have here isn't the same that's in the container. That's the paint all over his container. That's pulling up right next to my screen. That's matching his screen. And here's his product right here, matching. Yeah, people, you just paid your money for a product that was hyped up to be something that it wasn't. It's supposed to have all the same capabilities. And tomorrow morning, I will do the exact same demonstration. Put on bright colors, stick it in front of a window in my kitchen. It'll do the exact same thing. It'll pull the image up. When you go to switch over to contrast levels, the screen will fade horribly. When we put it against a black screen and we show color levels, the screen's going to fade horribly. They all do the same thing. See that? And here's his product, sitting right next to his own product. Matching perfectly. Oh, by the way, Crow, real time. You just scammed your customers in real time. See, you should have never did that video to begin with. It's sad because it's kind of like he does these videos like, you guys are stupid. That's kind of like how he, that's why I'm seriously, I'm not calling you stupid. He thinks you're stupid. And I'll tell you why. Who in their right mind gets outed for a black and white product and then delete the video? Then the video is shown to you that, hey, look, the guy is clearly scamming you because here's a video of him deleting and showing you how he made the Metallica, even labeled the video Metallica mix. And here we are with a Metallica mix, and a black and white paint made out of just like a Metallica mix. And then he comes on and he does a completely different video and says, look how good my product looks. Did he ever do a video showing you the difference between the black and white mixture in his product? Did he show you the contrast levels, the white levels, the colors, showing you that they're different? Did he show you any of that? Nothing at all? I hate to say it, but your customers are sheep, man. Literally, I could make this stuff and sell it to you guys, and you would buy it. I don't have to put any tests behind the back of it, nothing. See, my customers demand more. They want to see more results. But your customers, on the other hand, there's a different story. That's an easy crowd. I don't even have to, I should just take black and white paint. I could just take primer. Heck, for all I care. There's no glitter in my paint. There's nothing. There's no primer. There's no glitter. There's no silver. It is black and white paint. That is it. A mixture that was made 8 years ago under the YouTube paint. That's what you purchase. Now, for some of you who don't know, then, you don't know. Your first time seeing it, you're buying it, I feel sorry for you. Those of you who do know, I laugh at you constantly all day long. I do. Me and my friends laugh at you. I think everybody laughs at you because a lot of people have seen this video now. I've posted this video quite a bit. They laugh at you because you're still in the comment section telling me, oh, the paint looks amazing, looks incredible. By the way, I got a bridge I want to sell you when we're done with the video. If you're interested in buying it, it's yours. This is why we tell you to do research. Scour the internet. Find out how many people are doing demonstrations on my level. And then you get back with me. Because there is no one that does demonstrations on our levels. We're the only one outside with an Optima GT 5500 at 140 inches displaying a screen outside at 109-degree viewing angle. The only one with 180 inch sitting outside showing Star Wars demonstrations at 657 on a projector we paid nearly only $300 for. Demonstrations of screen submerged in water. I even have a plexiglass screen sitting outside in a snowstorm displaying a fireplace display that you can see on both sides of the screens. Black technology being displayed that you can see in the front or in the rear. We even have technology where we actually froze screens, broke them up out of ice, heated them up in ovens, pulled them apart on camera, and it didn't crack or peel. I can back my technology at 100%. You tell me my screens are too dark, I take them outside. I use projectors that most people won't even think about going near. My demonstrations are unmatched. But his demonstrations, I could do it with black and white paint all day. No test demonstrations, nothing but cutting corners. Look at you, your container of paint that's smeared in your product is matching your own product. And also, matching my screen. And if you ever want to take me to court one day, buddy, on this particular theory, I'll gladly go. Because I can prove your product is what it is, 100%. And even have your deleted video to prove that you were scamming people. Someone had to drop a lawsuit against you for that, scammer. Don't ever sit there and call me a scammer because I got proof on you, buddy. I got your deleted videos. And for those of you who have never seen the videos, feel free to look at the link below and check it out for yourself. As a matter of fact, the sad thing about that video is the fact that we didn't match that product that you displayed with your Metallica mix. We matched it perfectly with your personal mix, the opposite of the product you were displaying. Oh yeah, please do. See, the problem is that and you already messed up already. So in January, we are basically getting an attorney to officially take you to court now. We did warn you, so you are going to court. So you got to lawyer up big time, buddy, because in that courtroom, you're going to have to prove to that judge that my product produces the exact image that you displayed in your YouTube video. We got copies of all your videos, so delete them all you want. We got copies. That's what you're going to have to do now, including back up the claim that that was not you on the videotape of you walking into a Home Depot with my product. So now you're being sued. I warned you. I sent you a nice little letter by the attorney. You didn't listen. So come January, we're going to start the process of basically bringing you to court and filing a class action lawsuit against you. But meanwhile, you're scamming your customers, buddy. And for anybody who sits there and says, well, you're doing the same thing to him, well, let me put it this way. I don't have any deleted videos on my account showing me making a product and then deleting it and selling it to my customers. None of my gray screens match black and white paint because we have video demonstrations testing that. None of my black screens match black paint because we have tests testing that. See, that's where tests come in at. So, no. Let's turn our lights on. Oh, let me show you something really cool here. Starfield screensaver. Watch this.
I found a few skills that might help.
You know where it's at. Let's track it. I'm going to show you something. This is why they do demonstrations in the dark on gray screens. And my product's going to do the exact same thing, just so you know. There's nothing special. It's going to do the same thing. All right, let's go grab ourselves a contrast demonstration real quick. Oh, by the way, I can pull your white levels, the same as your screen, matching your white levels perfectly. And I need to measure this stuff. I got a gallon of it. I'll show you the paint I got too. Oh, watch this. Look at this. Watch this. See? He's not going to come out here and show you that side-by-side demonstration of his product and the stuff he deleted. He's not going to show you that because it's going to come up. It's going to match too well. Then he's going to have more explaining to do. That's why he comes out and he does those sidetrack videos to make you forget that his product is actually scamming you. He does it on purpose because he figures you're going to forget. He'll take a couple of days off. He'll do some reviews on some products, probably laying around the house, some stuff that he bought. Do a couple of gaming products, keep your mind off of it, and then he'll come in and say, hey, look, this is what I'm designing, so and so and so. Completely didn't even do the demonstration at all. Should have came in and backed it up. Start with demonstration. We're going to turn the lights off, which we have right now to show you how they do it. My product's going to react the same way too. So to do contrast demonstrations with the lights out, because the lights on, it's not going to pull up. See the star field demonstration? See how his screen is matching my product? I'm matching his product with no problem whatsoever. You can't tell one or the other. You can't even see a screener anymore. Okay, now it has a better chance of producing a contrast level with less light in the environment. This is why anytime they do a demonstration in a fully lit environment, they will make sure that they use colors only. They can't use contrast because contrast is going to wash out. This is what you'll get. If the lights pop on, screen is automatically washed out. That's why. That's why you will never see a contrast demonstration on any form of light gray screen. Whether it be his mix or the mix we made here in black and white paint, it's not going to show. If he had pulled a starfield demonstration with that much light in the environment, it would have completely washed out. They have to stick to bright colors. LG, Beta Fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now he thinks this is the end of it. Buddy boy, this is not it. I told you my company's connected with other companies. We're going to be hammering demonstrations on why gray screens and white screens should be obsoleted. I have companies backing that, just not me. We're going to be displaying this in storefronts. One screen painted with gray paint, the other screen painted with this technology. This is going to be displayed even, and we can get commercials. It'll be displayed. Oh, my campaign is going to go long and deep. We're going to make sure we obsolete this stuff altogether because it should have been obsolete altogether. White screen should not exist anywhere on the planet. Literally, what are you going to do with a white screen? Honestly, think about it. What application could you possibly use a white screen for? They're cheap bottom dollar screens. That's all they are. A gray screen, what are you going to do with it? Can't pull contrast, can't pull color. You know the area where gray screens are caught at in? They pull slightly better than a white screen. But a white screen can pull 100% white level, a gray screen can't. A black screen can pull 100% contrast, a gray screen can't. A gray screen can pull slightly better color than a white screen, but it can't compare to a black screen. Duh. And the white screen altogether needs to be obsoleted. All right, the OLED fish. Now, anytime we do an OLED demonstration, we all know that the background of an OLED demonstration is jet black because these demonstrations were designed for their TVs, which are jet black. See how the contrast level looks? See how washed out and faded looks? Now, I'm gonna let the fish run across. Now see, anybody else that's developing gray screen paints, they're not telling these bogus lies like this individual is telling. I've never heard of anybody saying that, oh, my gray screen paint produces the same level as a black screen. You hear Elite Screen saying that? Does Elite Screen say, hey, our cinema gray produces the same black level as Dark Star 9? See how fake the image looks? Now, let's take it back. Let's take our lights out. And now let's show you the demonstration. If I can see, oh goodness gracious, backlit these things please. See how much better the contrast level is? And that's why I said anytime you display a contrast level, contrast levels are always supposed to be done in fully lit environments. The reason why, because you need to see how the contrast levels are going to be affected by the ambient light in the environment. By keeping it in the dark, you're cheating your customers. Because the minute they turn the lights on, they're going to get that display. Here comes the fish. See how much better the color looks? Now look at the background. Much better color, much better background. Now look at it. See how the contrast levels wash it out? The whole purpose of the OLED demonstration is to have that jet black background so the colors, they illuminate, they show depth, and they show detail, and it pushes through that black. That's the beautiful thing about OLED. CROW doesn't even understand the technology behind OLED because he doesn't understand the technology behind black. I tell you something, you go out and you spend $15,000 for an OLED TV, and it looks like that with lights on, I think you're going to be calling customer support to try to get your money back and get a replacement because something's wrong with your screen. Let's go with, really quick, Panasonic 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
Panasonic 4K demonstrations. There's a pretty dark one on that one. Oh, by the way, it's another demonstration on bright colors. I'm matching your screen right now. Can you see CROW's screen in there? It's right there. Now see how much better the bright colors do it in a fully lit environment? See that? Look, told you. Bright colors always show well in a fully lit environment, always. Nothing new. That's why when I saw the demonstration, I was like, fail. Because I can do the same thing with my mix. I can pull for fully lit environment with my mix with no problem. You didn't show any contrast in the demonstration because the contrast levels will wash out. And somebody say, well, the contrast level is really good there. No, people, that's gray. I'm sorry, but that's gray. That's not black. That's gray. That's how it's supposed to look. See the gloss coming off the car? See how realistic it looks? See it over here? And you see it over there. bat flying to the moon? See the bat flying to the moon. See? You can't pick up contrast on a gray screen. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much contrast levels you have, doesn't make a difference if it's 720p, doesn't make a difference if it's 420p, doesn't make a difference. So that's the part that CROW doesn't understand. That the fact that just because you use a 720p projector like us, doesn't mean your product does any better. It still can't produce contrast, it still can't produce color, and my mix that I made for 15 bucks a gallon can do the same thing your product can do. At 15 bucks. All right, let's tidy this up. We're already past our time. Let's go into the kitchen. Let's have a look and see what we have in the kitchen for you. These are my mixes. This right here is the one you're seeing right there. The one in the video. This is using just basic black and white paint. We have 2 different kinds of these mixes that we were able to make easily. Now, the reason why these products are made, they weren't made to duplicate and make his products. They were made to show you, because he keeps doing these fake demonstrations saying, well, you know, my product produces the same contrast as a black screen, produces the same color. These products were made to show you that no matter what gray screen paint you make, they're not going to pull the contrast levels as he claims. They're not going to pull the colors as he claims. But unfortunately, the products match perfectly, which means you weren't even trying to match this product, because if you watch the demonstrations where I made the products, I just threw anything together. This right here, we call this, look familiar? We call this My Mix Original, because it's the first one we made. They have the little nicknames attached to them. This is My Mix Original. That's the one you're seeing on the big screen. This right here is My Mix. It's got to be the My Mix Light. That's the My Mix Light right there. Made that on camera. That's the really light gray, the light screen paint that pulls up the really insane white levels. That's what that is. It picks up better white levels than all 3 of his mixes. His Personal, his Metallica, and it beat his whatchamacallit, his UV mix. This is Metallica Mix Mid, because this is a mid gray. We haven't tested this one yet, but I think we should. Shouldn't we? Shouldn't we test this one? This is actually lighter than this one, as you can see. So how about tomorrow? We did this one. We did this one already. It's still light. We're going to do this one tomorrow, okay? I'm going to be up early morning anyway. Well, actually, I'm not going to even go to sleep right now. I got to go on my website and put our Inferno technology up and get that ready for sale. Have you seen the pictures on that screen? Inside and outside. Not those dark pictures you see on his eBay account. Outside pictures on that technology, showing contrast levels outside. All right, so we'll do this one tomorrow. I think, what am I going to paint it with this? I think I got a piece of screen I can paint real quick with this. Let me see. I wonder if I got a clean roller. Up in the morning with Ken. Ken. Let's see. We'll have to wash that roller out and use that roller right there. As a matter of fact, hold on for a minute. I'm curious. You already know me. I always do stuff like this near the end of my videos. It's that curiosity that I'm curious about. How would it look and how would it react? We're going to do this now. We got time. I got nothing else to do. I was also up there watching some history stuff. Okay, this is the light. Oh, that's the light, right? That's the light. We did that one already. This is the mid. So we're going to do this one now. I got a sock, so this will work out just fine. Let's fold this over. And we're going to paint our mid. Okay, you can see that. You can see that. Because I'm curious. I want to see how the mid. We didn't do the mid yet. I want to see how the mid comes out. So that's why I said that's the thing he avoided the most. He didn't come out and show you any demonstrations whatsoever of that product testing against gray and black, different forms of screen paint mixes like we have. He didn't do anything like that. And one thing I saw in that demonstration, nothing but bright, fruity colors. No contrast levels at all, nowhere to be seen. But over here with my mix, I'm able to show you the contrast levels and white levels and blues and greens and everything you need to see. And not only that, matching his product perfectly and matching his container paint. Just in case we get those individuals saying, well, how we know that's his product? Well, that's the paint splatter with his product all over it. And the reason why I got that way, because when you watch the unboxing, the lid wasn't on tightly and paint has spilled all over inside the package. So that container is drenched in his product. It matched against the product laying against the screen, and it also matched against the screen that we have there. There wasn't enough paint in there to actually paint that larger screen at all, period. And matter of fact, I did a paint on demonstration paint in that screen. And so it wasn't enough left in there. We had about that much. Most of it had spilled all in the bag. So that just shows you right there. Yeah, it's his product. And you can brag about your product doing this and that. At the end of the day, guess what, Crow? My mix can do the same thing your product can do all day. Whatever video you do, I can match every last one of them with my mix. And that's my black and white product. So you're not really showing anything. And if you try, and you're not going to display a contrast level because you can't. Your screen won't pick it up. All right, let me see. We're going to take our fan and bring it over here. Okay, this is not going to take long to dry. Get my chair over here. Get our sample sheet here of my mixed mid. Put that there and let that dry. While that's drying, we'll get that set up because I want to see what this looks like. If I get this knocked out of the way now, I don't have to deal with this tomorrow, and I can get back to my other projects that I'm working on. Let me see. Where is the remote control can? Meanwhile, you can watch my screen and his product work together. Do the same thing. As a matter of fact, my mix, gotta get that mixed up. This is my mix versus your UV mix. let's put all your mixes versus my mix. So we got your UV mix, you got your Metallica mix, and we have your personal mix. All against my own mix, my mix. $15 a gallon. That's it, people. Still gonna cost you. No test required. My mix is untested. It's not tested. Why? I'm not testing that stuff. Why? I'm not gonna waste my entire day testing that product knowing it's gonna fail. It's not gonna hold up. So there's no point in me testing it. Why? It would never pass any of the tests under the darker screens. It's not going to hold up. You already saw the we did the Black Inferno outside versus gray screens in my mix, all lined up. Skyworth food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
So my mix right now is beating your UV mix. It just turned your screen dark. If I put up my mix light up there, whew, man, that's not gonna be pretty. That's gonna definitely turn your screen dark. So let's see what happens if we take my mix light, which I developed, and see what happens if we take my light mix and we put this next to your mix and see which one produces the better white levels. Wow, look at my mix light. Now that was made with more white paint, less black paint to make my mix light. So let's go back and look at that next to your UV mix, which you never tested against a light screen. You just did it on a standalone. Now you pulled the contrast level, of course, because it's a darker screen. But let's see how your white levels come out. And also, by the way, we've already did the test demonstration. If you want, you can go check it out. Basically, CROW's UV mix versus my signature over here. And the signature had a 0.9, 2 white sheets of paper laying against it, where his product had a 2.0 elite screen laying against it, and he still could not pull the white levels equal to the white levels we can pull on the signature, which is actually darker than his UV mix. And the surfaces we were using produce higher white levels than the surface he was using. 0.9 elite screen versus a 0.9 2.0. We even gave you the upper hand and still beat your screen. See, you come on camera and you just display a bunch of pretty colors, as I said before. We come on camera and we show hardcore results. Let's see how my mix, light mix, compares to your personal mix. I mean your Metallica mix. So my light mix is better than your product. But wait, there's more, Chuck. I'm only joking with you. It's late at night. I'm wired. I try to be professional, but come on. I mean, come on, really? That's why I said he has so many test demonstrations missing. It is not even funny. It's not even funny how many test demonstrations he has. So like I said, I look forward to you doing a display on that screen, on that wall, showing contrast levels. Don't do the color nonsense. Don't do the rainbow effect. Do contrast demonstrations. You claim your screens can produce a contrast level equal to black technology. Let's see that star fill demonstration at 657. As a matter of fact, if you're even better, let's go see you challenge a Nova 19 that can take a direct hit from the sun. Look at that. I still produce this. This is better than your product. You can make that yourself. I had a few people asking me like, "Are you making that?" Make it yourself, man. Make it yourself. You can literally make it yourself. Let's see. Let's get us another one. Make it yourself. See? Can produce the same colors he's producing. That's why I laughed on camera and said, I'm not going to sit there and show you a video showing his video saying, look, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to show you the video, then I'm going to come downstairs and I'm going to back it up. My mix, black and white paint. Easy McCheesy. Does the exact same thing all day. What video you want me to pull up? You want me to pull up? Name a video. I'll pull a video for you. I forgot. We got the comments cut. I'll pull a video up. Anything you want. Let's see. Where we want to go to right here. Let's go over here. Let's go up here. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Oh, hold on. Well, that's not going to show. That's going to come up really dirty. So we already know that's going to come up dirty. Because my mix right here is going to be able to produce better. We know that. But it's going to match CROW's product perfectly. Let's get some glaciers in here. I think he raised the price to $85 because he thinks we're going to come in there and buy your product. Heads up, CROW, we're not buying anything from you anymore. We'll make it. We don't have to buy any of your products. We can make your products now. So there's no point in me giving you any money. So I don't know what you're charging $85 for, but you're not getting any money from us. I got your paint right here. I'm good. And the thing about it is the paint we have here matches your other products. So why would I bother buying it? Right next here, Metallica Mix 2.0, personal mix right there. So why would I buy your products? Your products, by looking at them, they're only a slim margin of a different shade of black on how much black you add to it. So that's your Metallica mix and your personal mix side by side next to my mix. This right here is my mix, mid-gray, that we just made. This one we painted on with the sock, right there. That's when we just painted on with the sock. Now, mind you, his product, the way it's made, you could paint it on with a sock. It's basically, if you're dipping your sock in primer. There you go. That's one right there. We just painted on in the room. We're using the sock. That is my mix mid. That was made with a little bit more black, but with less, not as dark as the original. Let me turn the lights on for that one. Now that's actually lighter than, my mixed light is lighter than that. But that's actually lighter than the, what do you call it? The Metallica. Now, out of curiosity, let's move this over here to the side. Let's take the personal mix and put the personal mix next to it. Now we're not matching the personal mix. We're showing you with all these different blends we have in screen paints. Tomorrow, we'll put this against Nova Black. And we'll show you that every last one of them are going to fail in color. I'm calling it right now before tomorrow. Where is tomorrow? It's going to fail in color, and it's going to fail in contrast. And neither one of these screens are going to make that Nova look dark. So dark you can't see it when we display white levels off of it. And these are my mixes that are outperforming his own product. My mix, my mix, my mix. Mix and mix, mix, mix. Now how does my mix, let's take these off. How does my mix compare to my mix? I got my mix mid gray versus my mix ultra light. Let's see how that comes up. So these are all my mixes. My mix original, my mix ultra light, well actually I'm going to say light, and my mix mid, which actually is mid gray. And see how they all come up. See, all of this is just basically a different shade of black added to it. That's all it is. Told you, easy can make its product. That is the personal mix. Look at the personal mix and my mix together right there. So we can get a little bit of this here. There go his Metallica Mix 2.0. Notice how they're blending in here and here. That's blending into my mix, and that's the personal mix. And this is definitely going to blend into my mix because my mix and the Metallica mix look exactly the same. I guarantee you, any demonstration you post for the next 3 days, I'll mimic the exact same demonstration with my mix in your environment. In any environment, I'll put it in the same environment with all that light you had in there, do the same thing. See that, Crow? mimics your product. And outperformed it at the same time. Real time. And for those who want to sit there and say, oh, but that, no. What? We have a videotape of him making the product. What are you going to say against that? It's his kitchen or the dining room or whatever it is. And it's his hand on that video showing you how to make a product that he gave away for free. And the product just happened to have the name Metallica Mix on it? Are you kidding me? And then he turns around and he sells you the same product that from a video that he deleted, he didn't want you to see. He can do all the demonstration he wants from sun up to sundown. At the end of the day, you scammed your customers, buddy. You charged them $85 for black and white paint? If that's what you're doing in your demonstration, you're just displaying colors. Well, whoop-de-doo, I can do that all day long with my mix. Show me something hard. Show me a contrast level tomorrow. Show me something that your screen is not supposed to do. Show me something that my mix can't do. My mix can't show contrast levels. So do me a favor. Tomorrow, let's see a contrast demonstration of your mix and do that with all that light in the environment. See if you pull that same contrast demonstration. Because if you do anything in color, I'm going to match it. Boy, talk about getting burnt. Man, I've seen people get scammed before, but good gracious, seriously. The man had a video showing him how to make the paint for free. Are you kidding me? Wow. Yeah, okay. Okay. Had a videotape showing him making the product. I mean, literally, this guy could come on here and just show you how to make his product. And I'm not talking about my customers, but his customers will still buy from him. I don't care if y'all buy his product at the end of the day. That's your business. Like I said, at the end of the day, anybody who supports him, we don't want your business. Don't come over here to buy my products at all. We don't want your business. We don't need it. We're good. Trust me. We're really, really good. I'm just saying that the fact that you're showing this and you're basically like, I think it still works. Okay. Like I said, I got a bridge over in Brooklyn if you want to buy it. I mean, no money down. It's yours. So I'm sharing the camera up close so you can see exactly. Look how close. Look at that. I'm going to take my ultra light out. We're just going to leave in the mid-gray. Now we got the mid-gray in. There's my mid-gray right there. I'll probably get where the colors don't match correctly. Blue screen. I'll show you which ones match. Figure out which one is the Metallica mix. That's not the Metallica mix. That's not the Metallica mix. That is right there. That's the one that matches perfectly to the screen. Like, see? Because these two, all these are different shades. That's a different shade and that's a different shade. See? Two different shades. But my mix and the Metallica mix matches perfectly. I'm having a lot of fun here. I should have been off a long time ago, but I'm having so much fun showing you this.
Skechers go up pants. They're easy care, easy wear, and made to fit every body.
So we're going to put a special section on our website. Big old page. We're going to put these up here. Now see, isn't that interesting? That's a different color, but yet it's blended into my mix. Man, I'm telling you. Here. Let's try this one right here. Boom. Screens just disappeared on my mix. And that's my mix right there. That's mine. If I take my mix mid, I'm gonna put this right against his product right here. Now that's my mix mid laying right against his personal mix. That's the one we just painted with the sock. Oh, by the way, one was, before we get anybody who starts complaining like, that's not fair. Well, that's not fair. My screen was actually painted with the sock. It was rolled on with a roller. So keep in mind, mine was used with rolled on, mine was painted with a sock. And his was done with the roller. So for anyone who sits there and says, I've had this people say this in demonstrations, well, it's not fair. You're painting his screen with this, a brush, and he's painting it with some, that doesn't make a difference. Now it makes a difference, yeah, if you're going to paint your screen like that, that's going to come out pretty bad. But other than that, doing tests side by side, no. See how they look exactly the same? Now, see, you see the stroke marks in the paintbrush? That's why you don't do that. But still, look at that. And that product is lighter. Yes. My mix mid is lighter than his personal mix. Let's get blah 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 blah. Let's see. Oh, let's see. We get these white levels in here. Let's try this out. We do that OLED horse too. Now you see how this one is producing the better snowstorm? Look how bright the whites are here. That's my product. That's my mix mid. And the interesting thing about it is, in his demonstrations, his products were supposed to be able to turn our technology so dark you can't even see it. Yet certified screens couldn't do that. This is not certified paint. My paint's not even certified. Not even the heavy stuff we got over here is not certified. And yet, no certified screen can turn it dark. Neither can none of these, because we'll display that tomorrow. We're going to take all our gray paint mixes and his mixes and see if they can turn the Black Nova like he displayed in his videos. Now let's see what... Boom. Look at that. The My Mix Light. Beautiful. So right now, my mixed light that I have here produces a higher white level than any of your products. My mix original produces the exact same as your Metallica Mix 2.0. Perfectly. Even in the color matchup contrast, perfectly. Lights off, lights on, perfectly. It even can match, at times, your personal mix. Which now I don't know reason why I would even buy that either. And as for your UV mix, well, it turns your UV mix dirty. Because your UV mix can't match any of my screen paints at all. There is the lights. There is the mid gray. Since you want to talk about screens being so dark you can't see them, let's talk about the UV mix. Next to my mid gray. Can't produce. Let's see if we put it next to your own product. How does it look next to your personal mix? Well, look how dirty it comes up next to your personal mix. That's your own product. So it's no good there. So let's put it against my mix. Can't even beat my mix. My mix produces a much cleaner color. Your screen still comes out dirty. Let's put it next to your own metallic mix 2.0. It even comes up dirty on the metallic mix. Because your product can't produce a white level. That's why. And then all alone, all we have here now on display is your Metallica mix versus my mix, which is blending your screen perfectly. Nice little story there, eh? Look at that. They produce the same contrast levels too. Exactly. No difference. You should not be displaying any more screen paint at all. There's your personal mix. At 5%, gotta charge me. Gotta charge up. Yeah. I think he clearly forgot, nearly forgot about this video. Now, if I really want to destroy you altogether, I bring my 3.0 up, my throwback. Because my throwback can blow out this screen and your screen at the same time and produce a contrast level in a fully lit environment, which we have video demonstrations on that product. But I'll bring it up if you want to show you how you're supposed to display a light gray screen paint. Even though I don't support them, even though I don't like them, we got one downstairs that'll beat your product on contrast levels and white levels at any given time. Show you how it's done. If you want to display a screen in a fully lit environment, I'll bring that light gray screen up here and I'll display it in a fully lit environment and display a star fill demonstration with no problem. Got a nerve to show a demonstration of you doing this. Showing a light gray, you're showing light gray colors? Big deal. I could do it right here myself. And match your product at the same time. Not showing anything. How are you charging $185 for this? And the joke of the day is, can't even see your screen up there. Your screen is completely gone. Completely gone. Not even up there anymore.
plan again.
Where your screen go, Crow? I don't see your screen up there. It's up there. My mix, please. Unfreaking believable. And you got to learn to be doing demonstrations in a fully lit environment, showing off colors like that's supposed to be something impressive. Please, my screen can do the same thing all day. I can match any demonstration you do with my mix easily, to a T. Fire one off tomorrow, I'll see what happens. I'll match the exact same demonstration. All gray screens do the same thing. There's nothing new about your product. You're trying to convince people that your product does something more than the average gray screen. It doesn't. It does the exact same thing. The exact same thing. That's why I'm matching your product perfectly. I can match it in colors. I can match it in contrast. It matches perfectly. There's nothing special about your product at all. And you can't even do a demonstration to back that up. Let's see what else we got. Let's go with Philips 4K demonstrations. No matter what we choose, we're going to do the same thing. Watch this. I'm going to put you right up on top. I got my charger in. I'm going to put you right up on top of the screen. See, right up there. His product is right here. If you can't see it, that's his product right there. I'm going to need a camera right there. Before you come on camera displaying about how your products produce images in fully lit environments, you need to show to your customers that your product is not black and white paint. That's what you need to do. Because anytime you do a demonstration, I can do your exact same demonstration and I can match it perfectly. And this is not a $4,000 P2 sitting behind me. This is a $230 outdated used Chrissy. Tomorrow you can watch my Black Nova destroy my screen, my mix, and your product at the exact same time. And every last one of those screens we just put out here yesterday, showing you that basically darker technology is more superior. I don't know where he gets this from. I don't know any company right now that's going to tell you, oh, guess what? This light gray screen is actually going to do better. Never seen that before, not ever. There's no way in the world any company is going to say, hey, the light gray screen is going to cost you $5,000, where the dark gray screen is going to cost you $8,000. That's bullcrap. We all know that. And this guy comes on here trying to convince you that his product is something special with no test demonstrations behind it, constant cutting corners. And I said this dozens of times. Anytime they display anything in a well-lit environment, you're always going to see bright colors across the screen because they're going to fade the less. They're never going to do contrast demonstrations on that screen because they're going to wash out. And sure enough, what does he do? Same demonstration I told you he was going to do. And here I am showing you his product and my product on bright colors, producing in a well-lit environment, doing the exact same thing. And tomorrow morning you need a little bit more proof? We'll stick it out there in the middle of my, where I got tons of light in that environment. We'll do the exact same thing. Both screens are going to do the same thing. And I'll show you the contrast levels, and you'll watch the screen wash out. I'll turn the lights out, you'll see the contrast levels improve. Same thing he does in his demonstrations. Big deal. in the world I'm going to spend $107 for a quart when I can make $15 a gallon? And it costs me next to nothing, and I have to pay for a $23 shipping charge on a package that's going to get here and cost me $8. But like I said, if your product is supposed to be so superior to black technology, hey, do a demonstration of Batman outside, any underwear, any one of those in a fully lit environment. I bet you there's contrast levels on pool. $107. The big screen, $15.
Having kids means having stuff, like Keystone Stairway bunk, storage inside the stairs, behind the stairs.
Like I said, you can do demonstrations all day long about our products not pulling up. That's virtually impossible. Can't do a live demonstration if my screens are pulling up in my environment. Like I said, only two things going to happen in that demonstration. Either I got superpowers and I can manipulate everybody's way of thinking of seeing my screens, or the screens work. There's no way in the world I can walk through a house and you're watching screens of 148 to 226 pulling up all over the house with the lights on. How is that possible? So I can back up my technology saying it does work. The only problem is, like I said, your stuff does work. Unfortunately, black and white paint does too. As you can see, it does the same thing. You want to get a little bit closer and see how close it comes. Look at that. Black and white paint. And like I said, what makes things even more rough on you is the fact that when people come in and click on that link, they'll see you basically making the same product in black and white paint. And then when they go to find the video, it finds out the video is not coming up, it surely shows even more guilt. And there's no Metallica in this paint. If you look at the demonstration, which I'm going to spray at the bottom, you'll see them just take black and white paint and mix it. If you watch your demonstration, it's black and white paint and mixed it. There's no Metallica or glitter. He didn't put nothing in there. And you know, come into look at the clarity, look at the detail, look at the color, look at the quality. Quality? Are you kidding me? You just used the word quality in a sentence along with your screen paint? Are you kidding me? Yeah, okay, we get quality of black and white too. Quality. There's got to be something in your drinking water, I swear. Black and white paint. That is embarrassing. Oh, say hello to Mr. Sloth. He's sitting there cracking. Oh, there you go, right there. Looking at your screen like, what the freak? Really, seriously? That's your paint smeared all over the container that busted in the bag, showing that that's your product matching your own product. Your product matching our product. Well, people, this has been fun. I got to go on my website and start setting up for the real technology. But just to show you that, at the end of the day, when you purchase this product for $85 plus another $23 for your shipping, that you basically just purchase overpriced black and white paint. So you think bottom line is I feel threatened by this? No, I'm laughing my head off. Because everybody I post this video to pretty much laughs their head off. The people are going to be that gullible. Now, mind you, like I said, you're going to have those individuals that are buying products for the first time. I feel sorry for these people because these people walk into these jokers. They also walk into these fake projectors. You know, this is an untested screen paint. My mix is untested. It's never been tested. There's no point in testing. There's no point in wasting the time. It's not going to pass in the demonstrations at all, period. So pretty much, when we made this screen, all I just did was just paint it on, throw it in front of the camera, and that's it. Same thing he does in his demonstrations. If I take this outside, oh yeah, we should take this outside today. Take this outside and put it against the Black Inferno. As a matter of fact, I'll stick this thing right in your products and my products and all this. I'll stick it against the Black Nova outside. And we'll pull a Starfield demonstration and see what happens. I think Crow forgets. Like I said, he got Groundhog Syndrome. He just wakes up the next day and goes, you know what? I'm going to do this today. And I'm going to do that today. Completely forgets that there are videos that we have of you deleting, basically, of you scamming people out of paint or out of their money, period. And like I said, if you ever feel that you want to take me to court because I'm wrong on this theory, well, please do. Because when I get done with you in the courtroom twice, that they're probably going to hit you with some kind of scam charge or fraud charge or something, knowing that you scammed all these people out of all this money, knowing this is just black and white paint. And also judging by the videos where you hyped up something to be something that it's not. It's not black and white paint. We had one video demonstration of you doing this. I saw a demonstration you did against bare silver screen. That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You had the camera sitting right up on top of the screen. You showed a slim margin of change in the screen, very slim. The same similar change that I would get off a personal mix or the other screens I displayed up here. A slim margin, that's all you showed. And then you stuck it on bright colors, not colors, you stuck it on these camouflage colors. You didn't do any solid blues or greens or nothing like that to show a difference. None of that. And say, look, there's a difference. There's no difference in your stuff and silver screen or primer. None of that. See, people, when we got to do demonstrations, as I said before, anytime I display a gray screen, you don't believe me? Check my archives. I can back up anything I do. You will see me displaying the ultralight gray, the black silver, and the 3.0. And what do? I show the screens not only against certified screens, but I show Starfield demonstration, contrast demonstrations, and fully lit environments. Again, he doesn't do anything like that. But next time you feel free to do one of them dumb demonstrations of you basically displaying your screen in a fully lit environment with a bunch of colors across the screen, I'll just bring out my mix and do the same thing too. Because my black and white paint can do the same thing your screen can do all day. But I'll tell you one thing my mix can't do. Can't pull contrast. That ain't gonna happen. You can't pull color. Neither can yours. Can't pull it, buddy. Now, what are we stuck on here? It's not allowing me to lift. There we go. Now, go back to that violin. I like that part. I gotta get finished here a little bit. It's like I got customers waiting to get that paint. See how your brown is faded out? I told you. When you watch the demonstrations on his screens, when they're on standalones, they look good, but they don't. See, to a person who's been doing this for a long time, has a trained eye, I can look at every last one of his demonstrations, and to me, they're washed out. The colors don't come out right, because the gray screens can't produce that color right. Now, you see the difference between the violin here and the violin here? This is what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look realistic. That's what black technology and darker technology does. It brings it to life. Now we'll switch it back over here where the color is washed out. Here's a minute. Interesting how our technology is supposed to be so dark you can't see it. Boy, I'm gonna tell you something right now. When I take you to court, I'm not talking. We already sent you the documents. We know you got them already, and you didn't listen. I'm gonna take you to court. I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna hit you with a $250,000 lawsuit for basically. And the reason what's in that lawsuit is for the fact that you started a campaign that my technology comes up so dark you can't see it. So you slandered my tech. So bottom line is, at the end of the day, when we go to court, I'm gonna have my lawyer request that you basically back up your claim. And that's what we're gonna sue you on. The simple fact that not only basically tampering with the copyright, that's another lawsuit on its own. You're gonna be hit with a couple of lawsuits. That one too, but there's gonna be another one you're gonna be hit with the fact that you made that statement that my product came up so dark you can't see it. Now you're gonna have to back that up in court because my lawyer is gonna request for you to do this, to show proof that our screens come up that dark. And if you can't back that up, man, that's going to be lawsuit number 2. Well, sucks to be you. It really does. Hate to say it, it does. It sucks to be you. But if you ever want to hit me with a lawsuit saying that your product does not pull up black, like it's not made with black and white paint, well, just keep in mind that we have that video of you making black and white paint. And if some of Metallica mix, the same thing we have here that we made with black and white paint. So, you might not want to go out that road either, because then turn around, you might get sued for something else. They're definitely going to get you for fraud. But you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to show proof in that courtroom that those videos that you just played, and don't bother deleting them. Like I said, we copy everything. You got copies of your videos. So you're going to have to prove in that courtroom why you believe that our product comes up that dark and why you started that campaign to begin with. And you can't back that up. We know you don't got $250,000, but having a nice fat lien sitting over top of you where you can't do jack, and I can garnish your income tax returns and everything else in the face of the sun, even auction off your stuff, basically brings a smile to my face at the end of the day. So, like I said, now you got to back it up in the courtroom, because I'm going to flat out sue you now. Not for the video you just did. That's your business. For the dumb stuff you did in the past, that's what I'm going to do. Because you got to prove that my screens come up that dark. And if you can't, well, like I said, sucks to be you. Let's move on. Oh, I hope I get a piece of paper from a lawyer saying, oh, well, he's saying that you're saying that his products don't pick up a contrast level. Oh. Don't embarrass yourself that way, man. Your product can't pick up a contrast level. Example. See the violin? That's how it's supposed to look. See how the background's dark? Background's too light. Last one. Cancel. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Ooh, do, 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 do. Oh, I was looking for that demonstration right there. Let me see something real quick.
You say I got a crack in my windshield.
Gotta be careful about that. Oh, we gotta let that run because we can't play
It's
that.
heartbroken. Geico lets you file a claim any way you want.
Are you crying?
No, they just call it Geico.
Yeah, you're screwed, buddy. Excuse my French people, but he's screwed so bad it's not even funny. Okay, well, like I said, we sent him the letter, and I told you what the letter was for. So as he can get a recap before he gets served. Mind you, we know where you live at, so you know that already. They hired an investigator months ago to track down your whereabouts and know where you work at and everything. We got all that information. You're going to get served. I explained to you that the reason why we sent you the letter was to give you a warning. So when we go to court for the lawsuit, we can show the judge that we did have an attorney issue you a letter explaining to you rules and regulations that you were supposed to follow, which you did not follow at all, period. And we did give you warning before we actually went out and filed the lawsuit. So the fact that you did ignore a warning from a lawyer and you went about and started carrying on doing what you usually do, it's going to be an easy case. We got evidence of you walking into a Home Depot, basically trying to make our product that has a copyright logo attached to it, which shows that you did violate our copyrights. You have an Instagram account that you made falsified, making it look like me, using my copyright multiple times. Keep in mind, that's about $150,000 per copyright or even more for each time you use my logo without my permission. Including, you're going to have the copyright office, which is going to be involved in this too, because we did file our paperwork through them. They have their own set of rules on how they prosecute people who basically violate those copyrights, which some of that involves jail time, maybe up to 10 years. Then you have the initial charges that we placed against you for putting my personal information online, which I did file charges for that also too. You're screwed on so many levels, it's not even funny. If you had basically took heed to the information and letter we sent to you, and you mind your own business, you wouldn't be in this situation now. So I told you, next time you see my face again, it'll be me and my attorneys. Well, that being said, people, well, ain't much I can say. This product doesn't work. We got proof to back it up. If you need more information and more proof on the product not working, just go below the video, click on the link, and you will see the video that he deleted off his account showing the Metallica mix right here that we purchased for $107. That could have been made easily for $15 a gallon. You will also see the unboxing or unbagging of that container right there, smeared and covered in paint. You also see the demonstration you see here with my mix, which is black and white paint, matching his product, multiple products perfectly with no problem. And tomorrow we will take all those gray screen paints and we will put them against the Black Nova. And I'm calling it ahead of time. Black Nova is going to pull better color. It's going to pull better contrast. And neither one of those screens are going to be able to turn my screen so dark you can't see it. Not even our stuff. Now the only improvement you'll probably see on these screens, it will produce a better white level, but nothing that's going to disrupt my picture's quality where it's going to make my screen go dark and you can't see it. Yeah. Bottom line is the gray screen paints, I'm sorry, but people, they're obsolete. And they are. They're obsolete products. This stuff was big 8 years ago with the YouTube paint. It's like I said, certain things just shouldn't be sold, including white screens. And I really don't know why they sell those things. I don't. I guess it's a cheaper way to go, but who knows? Look at that. That is just really bad. I got a gallon of that in my cabinet. So at the end of the day, all he's doing is cheating you. They show you a demonstration. I told you, this is how they do it. They show you a bright lit environment. They'll show you plenty of colors. That's how they do their demonstrations. The colors are going to be to pull up better in a well-lit environment. If they show you contrast levels, they do it in a poorly lit environment, and light control environment. The less light that hits the screen, the less the contrast is going to fade out. That's what they do. And since you showed that little video clip of you having the projector outside, I look forward to seeing a star fill demonstration. I've been waiting for that for the longest time. So let's see if he pulls a star fill demonstration outside at around 6:57. Around, you know, we can have some light out there so we can see if the screen's going to be able to produce. And maybe you can take that fake paint that you made that's supposed to be ours and put that up there and see which one produces better contrast. That'll be fun to watch. All right, people, with that being said, I'm out of here. I'm done. I got to load this up on the website real quick. Thank you all for your time. It's just that, you know, like I said, buyer beware, buyer beware. Got to go, and God bless.